Dogs communicate in ways we are only beginning to understand. One of the most endearing and often misinterpreted behaviors is the greeting stretch. This is when a dog, upon seeing their beloved human, performs a stretch that often resembles a bow. Many assume this is simply a physical act, a way for the dog to awaken their muscles after a nap. However, this stretch is much more than a simple physiological response. It is a deliberate form of communication, a canine hello tailored specifically for their human. When your dog greets you with a stretch, they are expressing comfort, happiness, and a deep sense of security in your presence. In the wild, canines use body language to convey their intentions and emotions. A stretch, particularly one directed towards another individual, is a sign of trust and non-aggression. While a good stretch does wonders for a dog's physical well-being, the reasons behind the greeting stretch extend far beyond the need to loosen up. This behavior is deeply intertwined with a dog's emotional landscape, reflecting their feelings towards their human companion. One primary emotion communicated through the greeting stretch is affection. Dogs are incredibly social animals, forming strong bonds with their pack members. By exposing their vulnerable underbelly, dogs demonstrate their complete trust in you. This combination of physical cues paints a clear picture of a dog who is overjoyed to see their human, their heart brimming with love and contentment. In the wild, canines only display such vulnerability within the safety of their pack. When your dog greets you with a stretch, they are communicating that they consider you a part of their inner circle, a source of comfort and protection. While the greeting stretch is often associated with positive emotions, it's important to remember that dogs communicate in a complex language that goes beyond simple one-to-one translations. Sometimes a dog might stretch as a way of diffusing tension or showing deference. For instance, if you've scolded your dog, they might offer a stretch as a way of saying, "I understand you're upset and I mean no disrespect." In such situations, the stretch is not necessarily an expression of joy, but rather a gesture of appeasement. Similarly, a dog might stretch when meeting a new person or dog. This can be misinterpreted as a sign of friendliness, but it's often a way for the dog to create distance and assess the situation before deciding how to proceed. A truly friendly stretch is likely to be accompanied by a wagging tail and relaxed posture. Understanding the nuances of dog communication requires careful observation and a willingness to see things from their perspective. Section 4. Types of stretches. Deciphering the canine lexicon. Just like humans use different words to express a range of emotions, dogs have a variety of stretches in their repertoire, each with its own subtle meaning. Learning to identify these different types of stretches can provide valuable insights into your dog's emotional state and intentions. The play bow, for instance, is a classic example. This stretch, characterized by outstretched front legs, lowered chest, and a wagging tail held high, is a universal invitation to play. Then there's the bird dog stretch, a more utilitarian stretch that targets the back and abdominal muscles. This stretch involves the dog extending one hind leg back while keeping the other leg tucked under their body. Finally, there's the cautionary stretch, a more ambiguous stretch that can indicate a mix of emotions. By learning to recognize these different types of stretches and their accompanying body language cues, you can become fluent in doggish, deepening your connection with your furry friend. Section 5. Body language. The unspoken conversation. Deciphering a dog's emotional state requires more than simply recognizing a single behavior. It's about understanding the entire conversation their body is having, a language spoken through a symphony of subtle cues. The tail, for instance, is a highly expressive appendage. A wagging tail is generally associated with happiness, but the speed and direction of the wag can reveal more nuanced emotions. The eyes are another window into a dog's emotional world. Soft, relaxed eyes convey trust and affection, while hard, staring eyes can be a sign of aggression or dominance. Finally, pay attention to the dog's overall posture. By observing these subtle cues in conjunction with the type of stretch being performed, you can gain a deeper understanding of your dog's emotional state and respond accordingly. Section 6. Stretching the limits. When to worry. While stretching is generally a normal and healthy behavior for dogs, there are instances where excessive or unusual stretching can be a cause for concern. If your dog suddenly starts stretching much more frequently than usual, particularly if accompanied by other symptoms like lethargy, loss of appetite, or abdominal distension, it could be a sign of a serious condition like bloat. Similarly, if your dog appears to be in pain or discomfort while stretching, it could indicate joint pain, muscle soreness, or other musculoskeletal issues. Dogs, especially older dogs or those prone to certain breeds, can develop conditions like arthritis that make stretching painful. If you notice any significant changes in their behavior, including their stretching habits, it's always best to err on the side of caution and consult with your veterinarian. Early detection and intervention are key to ensuring your furry friend lives a long and healthy life. Section 7. Strengthening the bond, responding to canine communication. One of the most rewarding aspects of sharing your life with a dog is the deep bond you develop over time. By learning to interpret your dog's body language, including their stretches, you can strengthen this connection and create a more fulfilling relationship for both of you. When your dog greets you with a stretch, take a moment to acknowledge this gesture of affection and trust. Respond with a gentle pat, a kind word, or even a stretch of your own. This interaction, however small, reinforces your bond and shows your dog that you understand and appreciate their attempts at communication. Beyond the greeting stretch, pay attention to your dog's overall body language throughout the day. By making an effort to understand their language and communicate effectively, you can build a deeper bond with your canine companion and enjoy a truly special relationship.